Hello, it's James and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Edition glitch video. So as this is the last glitch video of 2020, I wanted to do something a little bit special. Today we are going to showcase the 10 glitches that broke Minecraft in 2020. I should mention there is no particular order to these glitches, they're just in a random order. Also throughout the video I will let you know if these glitches have been patched or are currently working. So when I think glitch, I think duplication, and back in the 1.14.2 update, this was probably one of the most common ways to duplicate items. Even before that update, this was a really good working duplication glitch. It has worked for an incredibly long time, not just in 2020. So why is it in this video? Simply because this is the year that we had to say goodbye to it. Mojang finally patched it. And this is exactly how it worked. There are many ways to set this up. Like I said, this is probably one of the simplest. Going to a redstone torch, which activates this piston. And of course, we've got a closed piston. So of course, when I press this, one pushes it and one pulls it. So if you didn't already know, using this system, how you will duplicate items is simply put your item in the chest, press the button, and then quickly pull your item out before the chest goes back that way. And of course, if you do that with the perfect timing, you will get a duplicated stack or item of your choice. So again, this one takes a little bit of skill, although like I said, it was the go-to dupe method. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but James, how is this a game-breaking glitch? If you think about it, this glitch works on realms, servers, and normal worlds. So the amount of economies this glitch could have broke is, I don't know, you can't imagine how many, bro. I mean, there's so many people out there that can't be trusted with duplication and stuff like that. No doubt, there were so many economies broke due to this very duplication glitch. That is why I've put it in the video. Let's get on to the next one. Okay, so number 2, another duplication glitch. This one for me brings back so much nostalgia. I'm going to go ahead and throw some items in this shulker box. It brings back so many memories because I used this so much in Jamarchy. It was actually unbelievable. Okay, so the idea of this one, you want to break and place your shulker box really fast. Basically, the game thinks you're picking up and placing the shulker box at exactly the same time, and if you do this quickly enough like this, you will actually have one in your inventory, and of course you will have the one that you placed on the ground. You also need a piece of dye because basically you can go back and dye that in your crafting menu, and yeah, it will disappear. Well, you think it disappeared, but basically you can place that on the floor and another shulker box will appear as if by magic. Like I said, I used this so much in Jamarchy for like kits and stuff like that. I had countless hours using this glitch, duplicating so much stuff on Jamarchy. This glitch got widespread as well, so I can't imagine how many economies this broke in Minecraft. So yeah, that's why I put it in at number 2. Unfortunately, both of those glitches have been patched. I say unfortunately because for people who play Anarchy, I mean, those were like really epic. Dupe glitches nowadays are really minimal. So moving away from duplication glitch and going on to unobtainable block glitches. This is the Nether portal block glitch. Now, I first heard about this on Reddit, I think, ages and ages ago. Since then, there have been multiple ways to actually get this Nether portal block. I've got a few in Simply Survival myself, and I think I've done most of the ways to actually obtain this block. And the great thing about this, it still works in this very update. Unfortunately, it only works on iOS, but we're always searching for ways that we can get this to work. So hopefully, during new updates, we can get even more ways to get this block. And I'm sure you don't need me to explain why this is breaking the game. I mean, we've literally got a portal block. It's pretty insane, right? So yeah, Nether portal blocks. Definitely game breakers. So do you remember that one time a grindstone completely broke Minecraft? Let me explain. So when grindstones were added into the game, you couldn't do anything with them. Then eventually they were made so you could take off enchantments from stuff and you could get XP from it. So disenchanted items really. But like I said, with new stuff comes new bugs. And this was crazy. So to get this glitch working, you had to activate a thing we like to call glitch mode. And to do that, there were many ways. One of them being the previous shulker place and break glitch. Another one was simply to use 2 books and quills. So once you activated glitch mode, you could then grab any enchanted item of your choice, preferably one you wanted to duplicate, for example, a pair of elytra, and if you simply went and disenchanted that in a grindstone, you would not only get hundreds of duplicated pairs of elytra, but you would get XP for every single pair that you disenchanted. This was by far one of the most OP glitches of 2020. Going back to unobtainable blocks. Now this block should have easily been the most unobtainable. Like, this should not have been obtained in Minecraft. I think in early 2019 this first got discovered, although throughout 2020 there have been multiple methods, and still to this very day you can actually obtain the bedrock block. How crazy is that? So throughout 2020 I was looking for an easy way, believe it or not, to remove bedrock, not even obtain it. I didn't even want to obtain the block, I simply wanted to remove it, and it was a lot harder than I expected. See, there were multiple ways to actually remove bedrock, although they were so long-winded and I just couldn't be bothered to do them. And then, out of nowhere, a sign from the Minecraft gods. No, literally, a sign. In recent updates, for whatever reason, when you placed a sign next to another sign, it would break a block. Even bedrock. This by far was one of my favorite glitches of 2020. I must say this right now. And of course, because it was so good, Mojang patched it. Although for the short time it was actually available, I definitely made good use of it. So the next one, I can only call the gravity block portal trick. Now this thing was insanely powerful. When we talk about unobtainable blocks, we talk about blocks that we can physically see in the game, but we can't obtain. This glitch physically allowed you to get blocks that didn't even exist in the game. This was giving us access to Education Edition blocks. It was so crazy. I was scared at the time. When I first showcased this, I didn't show everyone how to do it in survival because, yeah, I was a little bit scared of this one. Even though I didn't show anyone how to do this in survival, people, of course, found out themselves and did it anyway. I'll throw on screen right now all the different blocks that you could have actually got. And there probably is some that is missing there as well. And not only could you now obtain unobtainable blocks, but there was a chance for these blocks that you were putting through the gateway to literally turn into any block in the game. The thing was with this, it was very, very dangerous. I even got told by a number of people not to show this one. Now, I don't know about you guys, but how does that make any sense? Bad glitches like this should be brought to light as soon as physically possible, and not showcased when they've been patched. If we want glitches to get fixed, bad ones like this, then we need to bring them to light as soon as possible. I don't know if you agree, but that's just my personal opinion. Okay, so on to one I really didn't want to get patched. The zombie trading system one. Now, I don't know a specific name for this one, but this is how it worked. Basically, in recent updates, you can cure zombies, and it will give you really good trades when you go to trade with villagers. You only ever had to do this once to get, like, 1 emerald trades from villagers. So you could get, like, mending for 1 emerald. Now, the community found out that you didn't even need to cure the actual zombie. You simply had to build a trade station around a zombie spawner, and if that zombie spawner released a zombie villager, then boom, you would get all of the discounted trades for every single villager that was around that zombie spawner. This was so OP. This meant you could get kitted out so fast. Even on JamFam MC, this is how a lot of us got diamond armor on the first day. You can pretty much get anything for 1 emerald. And of course, because this was so good, they patched it. But I will always remember the time where we simply had to wait for a zombie villager to spawn from a spawner. So from one trading glitch to another. In 1.16, piglins got added, and the ability to trade with them got added as well. Although, as I said previously in the video, when new mechanics get added to the game, so do new bugs. Basically, how you would trade with a piglin is you would throw some gold on the floor and they would pick it up. Now, if you had multiple piglins in the same area and you only threw 1 piece of gold, all of the piglins would pick that up at the same time. And if you didn't already know, piglins didn't just pick up gold ingots. They picked up everything that was made out of gold, meaning you could pretty much duplicate every gold item, including the god apple. Of course, you had to very quickly kill all the piglins that picked up the item first, but if you successfully did that, you pretty much had a god apple farm. So yeah, in essence, by accident, Mojang created a god apple farm. And of course, this one also got patched. I had to save the best till last. This one is as simple as removing a space out of a command, and by far it wiped the floor with any other glitch I've showed in this video. Let me explain. So if you start a new world, you have the option to put cheats on. If you put cheats on, you will have access to commands, meaning you could, use commands. And of course, if you didn't put cheats on, you do not have access to commands. It's that simple. But a very clever user DM'd me and said, James, remove the space between the give and the @s. And believe you me, this pretty much shook up the whole community. We had access to commands in survival. Now, the good thing about this glitch, and I'll say it again, this only worked in survival worlds. So it didn't work in realms or servers. I specifically remember watching a few videos about this glitch after it got patched that said, yeah, it works in realms, it works in servers. It did not work in realms. It did not work in servers. Again, I'm not really sure why they didn't bring it to light when this was a thing, instead of, doing it after and just gaining something for themselves. But even though this only worked on normal survival worlds, it's stuff like this that needs to be brought to light to get fixed as soon as possible. Can you imagine if we all decided as a community to hide these things and then they just never get fixed? As awesome as that sounds, it just doesn't work like that. Personally, I would much more prefer it if things like this were brought to light as soon as possible, then allowing it to get patched as soon as possible, and then we can use it for the very small time before it gets patched. You can see throughout this video there has been a number of different glitches. I am intrigued to see what 2021 brings. Again guys, if you do ever have any tips, tricks or glitches to submit, all of my links are in the description below. I will catch you on the next one.